So in the history of crypto.com's CRO token, this story right here, this very bullish story from our first crypto president in the US, who is so pro crypto that he even had his media group raise $6.4 billion to invest in CRO. This was the most bullish story we've ever seen for the CRO token. But the question I have in this video for you guys that I want to explore and answer, to my opinion, is this enough to keep the CRO token's price from falling into a brutal bear market if Bitcoin continues its fall? And we do go into that 4-year cycle bear market that we've all been talking about. Is this story enough? Can the $5 billion that the president's media group have on the sideline to buy CRO token, can that hold up the price of CRO? Let's talk about it in this video. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you're doing great out there. Last night, I carved pumpkins, had a nice little holiday drink. I don't even know what it was, a cider with some whipped cream and some cinnamon. I think my wife made it. It was a beautiful Halloween, and we watched Hocus Pocus. What did you guys do? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's talk about this crypto market. Let's talk about this story and this $5 billion on the sidelines from the president's media group. First of all, we got a lot of market weakness right now. If you saw my video earlier today, Jamie Dimon, okay, who hated crypto, came out and said that crypto is here to stay and that it's the future. The same guy that called Bitcoin a pet rock, that is a very scary potential top signal, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fearful stories out there right now. So let's talk about the hypotheticals. What if we were going into a bit? What if we were? I'm not, again, calling it a bear market yet, but what if we were? How do we prepare for that? Well, first of all, if we were going into a bear market, Bitcoin is going to drop significantly below $100,000 in my mind, if we were going into a bear market. And if Bitcoin chooses to drop, okay, the reality of the fact would be this: Bitcoin's dominance is going to go up, which means that altcoins are going to be even weaker against Bitcoin. In other words, if Bitcoin crashes, altcoins are going to crash harder. Can we expect the same for CRO? Well, we do have this very exciting story that we saw that caused one of the biggest, so this story caused the biggest pump we saw for CRO in this entire bull market. It basically pumped CRO coin up in a month almost 400%. That's almost a 5x in a month because the president's media group said they're going to come out and buy CRO. So you might think, well, this could hold up the CRO token, but the reality of the matter is they're not going to dump it all into CRO while the price is falling. The reality of the matter is even if they did buy 500 million or 10 million or whatever they end up buying, if we're crashing, there will be sellers that are selling if the broader market is collapsing, and there will be fear. I don't believe that this story, as exciting as it was, is going to be this magical parachute that's going to slow the fall or stop the fall of the CRO token. If you recall, just the other day, we had this crazy scam wick for CRO that came all the way down to 6 cents. That tells you, as a fact, that 6 cents is possible again for this token, which is brutal to say out loud. It's brutal to think about. Why? Because for years, I've been optimistic. I've been hopeful. I've been waiting for a $1 CRO. I've been waiting for a $2 CRO. There's a lot of fundamental things in the crypto market that are so bullish, like this story. Just the fact that we even have a pro-crypto president. We have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We have a Kronos ETF coming. All these things. The banking services offered by Crypto.com, the largest exchange in the US, the most regulatory compliant exchange, all the marketing partnerships they have. So many different things are so bullish for CRO, but the price didn't get to that dollar. Is that a CRO problem? The answer is no. I don't think that's a CRO problem. That's every single altcoin except for Bitcoin and a couple outlier problem. We didn't see altcoins in general take a new high. This is the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10. And it's disappointing, yes, but the reality of the situation is the savvy crypto traders out there, I believe, are trading the volatility because there's been a lot of chop. I mean, if you just think about the altcoin, we had a broader altcoin crash of 60%, followed by a rally from that low to that high of another 172, 180% gain, followed by another crash right now to this, to another 59% crash, followed by another pump, a little bit less, to a nice 80% pump. And then we have another dip that's happening right now. If you're just trading on the volatility, you have a holding portfolio, maybe, right? But you have a trading portfolio as well, maybe. I'm doing that. I trade on a lot of different platforms. A few of them are in the description down below: BTCC, Blowfin, BitTinex. There's sign up deposit bonuses for all those exchanges. If you haven't already deposited and signed up to those exchanges, there are deposit bonuses there to take advantage of. You could do demo trading, copy trading. You could do your own trading, spot trading. You could do leverage trading. There's no certainty that we're going to continue in a bull market right now, which is why I'm talking about this hypothetical of a bear market. To me, it's disappointing, but there's still opportunities to play the game that is crypto, in my opinion. I do believe, though, that if Bitcoin goes into a bear market, even though we have this very bullish story that took place that had this crazy price pump for CRO, I don't think that this $5 billion fund that's still on the sidelines, by the way, and they could deploy it to buy CRO. I don't think that unless they deployed all 5 billion of it at once, that this fund can save CRO token from a bear market if we're going into a bear market, which again, I'm not declaring that. Why? I'm really conflicted right now because on December 1st, we do have quantitative tightening ending. That is a catalyst that could drive the bull market back into existence. The historical data, though, for Bitcoin suggests that we are going into a bear market based on the lows to the highs and the time frame that usually lasts. We haven't had an altcoin season yet. I expect there to be one, and so that leaves me relatively bullish. But if Bitcoin falls, I don't think that altcoins should have an altcoin season. That's just not how it works. That's not how it's worked in the past. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm here to give you my full-on opinion on this market, the truth, the reality of how I feel about this market, and that's what I want to do in this video. That's all I have in this one, guys. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. DC8 HODL, 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Have a happy Halloween. Enjoy your weekend. Peace, guys.